Let me break this down. Let's start with Crow. Robbie blasted her right in the dome with a well-timed suppression bullet. She was knocked unconscious, got carried away by the central government, and had a brain scan conducted on her. That scan confirmed she was the ringleader behind the recent string of attacks. It also confirmed that everyone else involved was merely being used by her. Well, about that.
Even though your nymph was operating normally, you will be studied extensively for the various acts of wanton violence you have committed.
Studied?
We believe that you are able to control the nymph using your own will alone. This requires further investigation.
Gosh, I feel so special.
As you can imagine, this will be far from a routine examination. We will be tinkering with your brain until we find everything that we want to know. Once we've done that, Enoch will determine the best path toward rehabilitation.
I see.
Don't even think about wiping your own memory. If any self-destruct signal is detected, the nymph will forcibly...
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. I know how impressive my memory is. I'd be a fool to want to destroy it.
That's what she said. Full of bravado until the bitter end. There.
It happened again? I will not let this stand. Why are Tetra's squads interfering with the central government anyway?
Consider on what you've done up until now. I don't think you should even be talking.
The Ark was under siege. It doesn't take a genius to know it had to come from that garbage heap. I saw EH with my own 2 eyes. She was getting on the elevator, and she had a bomb in her hands.
And yet, you let her get away as well.
Ugh.
Let me ask you something. Did you have any evidence to back up these accusations you have against the Outer Rim?
Are you deaf? I just told you. That place is a hotbed for terrorists.
If you had eyes, you would have seen for yourself that there wasn't one single person in the entire Outer Rim who was armed. Tell me then, on what grounds could you possibly justify marching in there with your petite armée? It sounds to me like you were conducting a massacre!
What if it was? What are you gonna do about it? What has the Outer Rim ever done for the Ark? We could wipe it off the map, and Enoch wouldn't say a word.
Are you willing to accept les repercussions?
What?
The reason Enoch isn't making a move is simple. She knows that my queens could crush you like an insect. And do you truly believe that the Outer Rim doesn't benefit the Ark in any way? If so, vous are sorely mistaken.
What kind of gibberish is this?
Très bien! Go ahead! Go straight to the Outer Rim and fire away! I won't stop you. Let's see for ourselves what judgment Enoch will reach. Go on. Hurry!
I don't feel like it right now.
Oh, that's too bad. I would like to remind you of one thing, however. When my queens were protégées at the Outer Rim, they also saved your skin. You owe me.
That's more or less what was said. But they couldn't escape the fact that they roughed up central government troops. Sakura, Rosanna, and Moran were all about to get their memories wiped, but Mustang stepped in and made a deal with the government. In exchange for them keeping their memories, Tetra's main broadcasting channel will be handed over to the central government. What? It's the only reason the Underworld Queens aren't walking vegetables right now. But then, how is Mustang going to make any money? He's got his fingers in a lot of pies, so losing the broadcasting channel won't be a death blow. However, the central government will now have virtually complete control over all broadcasting systems in the Ark. I just met with Mustang briefly, and he seemed fine.
C'est bon, ami! Fighting up from the bottom is my specialty!
That's what he said. Mustang will be fine. He always is. Thanks to him, the Outer Rim didn't sustain too much damage. Commanding everyone to lay down their weapons was a masterstroke. If everyone had been armed, they'd have gotten drawn into the carnage.
Uni has been placed in solitary confinement at the rehabilitation center. She's refusing to speak, and is more or less catatonic. Running a brain scan is impossible since she doesn't have any nymph, so the central government is at a loss. They won't be forgiving her for that shelter escapade of hers, so I can't see things ending well for her. She'll remain locked in solitary confinement until it's certain that she's behind the shelter incident.
Once it's been confirmed, then what?
She'll be scrapped.
I see. And Mihara?
Mihara. Uni and the three of us were all shot by Crow's suppression bullets. But Mihara got shot in the head by a termination pistol. The damage was extensive, and she was sent to the repair center. However, her nymph interfered with the brain surgery. It most likely perceived the operation as an external attack. They were left with no choice but to remove the nymph. And it was during this procedure that a memory wipe occurred. After some treatment, her nymph was re-uploaded. She's still recovering at the moment.
At any rate, everything more or less seems to be under control. As for the Raptures, there are only a few stragglers left in the Ark, so things should settle down soon enough. The shelter will be reopened once we've confirmed all Raptures have been eliminated. This was a big one, in every sense of the word.
They're going to declare that the hole in the Ark's roof was a result of deterioration from the facility's aging. If word gets out that this occurred because of one Nikke's doing, the central government's reputation will hit rock bottom. The ironic thing is that, as a result, popular opinion regarding Nikke's is now at an all-time high. It's become more apparent than ever how indispensable Nikke's are to protecting humanity, especially after Matisse's display up on the surface. I'm sure the central government is intending to use this newfound goodwill to its advantage.
What happened to Siwin? Uni really did a number on her, so she's in intensive care right now. When she's able to walk again, she'll be judged by Enoch. We'll just have to wait and see what happens next. There's something I still don't get, though. Why do you think Crow shot suppression bullets at us?
She must have wanted to push the commander to the brink. Of course, the moment you think about it, the holes start to show. It doesn't matter how much mental fortitude you have. If you want to be free from the nymph, then your inhibitor needs to be deactivated. There's no way around that.
I don't blame you. Crow was probably counting on that happening.
Crow's ultimate goal was for the commander to avenge our supposed deaths. Once you'd killed her, it wouldn't matter that we were still alive. At that point, it'd be too late. You'd have crossed that line.
What a sadistic trick. But, Rappy, how were you able to move first?
I used it a little bit.
You mean Red Hood?
Yes,
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. It was only for a moment.
That's a relief, but... Sorry to interrupt, but it's time, Commander.
I'll walk with you.
Enoch's gonna make her verdict. This shouldn't be a big deal, right?
Definitely not.
Ingrid,
Harper,
it's been a while.
it has.
How am I looking?
Your burns have been aggravated. They're pumping you with painkillers. Should be 2 days, max.
Right. Can I ask you a favor?
Go ahead.
Make me a nikke. I know it's probably impossible, and that no one will probably give me the time of day. But I want to atone for what I've done. All the fear people felt thanks to me. It's all hitting me at once. I want to redeem myself. Please.
Okay. I'll make the necessary preparations.
Thank you. Truly. Ingrid, am I too far gone?
Yes. But you can still try.
This sucks. What's the fun of laughing alone?
Want me to join you then?
Viper!
Hey there, kiddo. How you holding up?
You're okay! You're all put together again!
Apparently, the angle was off just a tad, and the brunt of the explosion missed my brain. Having said that, my head was completely blown to smithereens, so I had to get a new one made.
You're kidding! That's amazing!
You bet it is, and it's all thanks to a special someone grasping at my collar. I owe him my life. Now I like him even more.
Huh? Say that again? My ears still aren't working so good.
Forget it. It's nothing.
So, what do we do now?
Listen carefully to me, Jackal. We're lucky that we're still alive. Fortunately, I ended up doing something that helped them turn the situation around. Now that EH is MIA, there's no telling what is going to happen in the Outer Rim. Going forward, there are going to be even more eyes on that place. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Alright, sounds great! What is that exactly?
The exact same thing we've been doing. With one slight alteration. No more lies. No more screwing around. If we lie or horse around, then we'll be in big trouble.
Yikes, I don't want that!
Neither do I. We've got C-Force strapped to our necks, so if we step out of line, it's farewell to our noggins. And that's no one's idea of a fun time.
What was that? I still can't hear very well.
Forget it. Anyway, let's get to work, shall we?
Heck yeah!
Huh. Jackal,
Yeah?
don't you have something to ask me?
I don't want to ask.
Why?
I don't like being sad.
Okay.
Welcome. I still have things left to do. I still need to keep track of the movements of the raptures that still remain in the Ark. So this will be quick. First, you apprehended the culprit of the Ark terror attack and cleared the Outer Rim's name, thereby preventing mass casualties. Second, you resolved the situation with minimal casualties during the so-called shelter incident. Third, you annihilated several raptures that invaded the Ark. On the basis of these facts, a search has shown that there are no cases perfectly matching this incident. This case will be judged on its own merits. The judgment made is as follows. You have received a promotion up 3 ranks. However, first, along with Suen, intentionally bringing raptures into the vicinity of the Ark. Second, you concealed the existence of the Vop House, which could have been a major resource to the Ark. On the basis of these facts, a search has shown that there are no cases perfectly matching this incident. This case will be judged on its own merits. The judgment made is as follows. Your promotion up 3 ranks is revoked. Your current rank will remain unchanged. You did well. I must get back to my original tasks. Yes? That's right. Pertaining to the Ark, the worst-case scenario would be 2 or more heretics breaching the Ark. If the Ark consolidated all its resources, it might be possible to retaliate, but untold devastation would occur during the ensuing altercation. Would you like additional intel on the extent of the damage and how long it would take to conduct repairs? I'm afraid I cannot divulge that information at present. I am under orders not to discuss the pilgrim known as Dorothy. Goodbye.
Things in the Ark seem to be bad.
It's nearly taken care of. You don't need to worry.
Anything I can do to lend a hand?
No, it's okay. We can take care of it.
All right then. Oh, did you receive my gift? It's something I found up on the surface. It's rather rare.
The heretic? Nihilista, you mean? I had her put into MMR's Atlas cage right away. The tech team was over the moon.
I'm glad they were pleased.
You came at a different time than you said you would. Why is that?
Well, you originally wanted me to use that secret elevator, as you called it, and ride it straight to the Ark, right? I was going to do that, but then there was all that business with the gaping hole in the Ark's roof. Once the heretic showed up, I decided to help out.
You drew too much attention to yourself. I'm just glad all the citizens were in the shelters. If they had seen you and that heretic, we'd have had a real mess on our hands.
That's why I did it.
What?
I did it so the humans in the Ark could see me. But you're telling me that everyone was cloistered off in the shelters? That's a shame. It would have been a hell of a show. I missed the chance to give some people a memory that would last a lifetime. I was going to go out and bash some raptures while I was in the area, but I'm suddenly feeling bereft of inspiration.
You should have kept your arrival in the Ark a secret. Now everyone knows you're here. Thanks to you, people are asking for an explanation.
I go out of my way to catch a heretic, and you're blaming me? If I hadn't stepped in to help, I think it's easy to assume what state the Ark would be in.
The Ark is strong. They could easily dispose of a heretic.
Oh, so my contribution means nothing then?
That's not what I meant. I'm just saying it's complicated because your arrival was so ostentatious.
I've been meaning to ask. Why do you want to keep my coming to the Ark all hush-hush? So what if a pilgrim comes to the Ark? Is that the end of the world? Is there something you're not telling me?
No, not at all. I'm just scared, that's all.
Scared? Of what?
Right now, the situation is mostly taken care of, but the fact remains that enemies from the outside encroached on the Ark. If a pilgrim were to show up at a time like that and declare war, it'd be pandemonium. Granted, any suspicions towards you have been assuaged somewhat thanks to your taking care of that heretic. But I still don't know what you're after.
I see.
So, while we're on that topic, I'd like you to make everything perfectly clear to me. Why did you come to the Ark and ask to see me?
I want to make a pact between the Ark and Eden. And I want to be the ambassador of that pact.
A pact? Between the Ark and Eden?
That's right.
What kind of pact?
Let's start with something simple. Sharing our technology, resources, and manpower. You scratch our back, and we'll scratch yours. Eden is far more technologically advanced than the Ark. But there's something we're lacking that you have in spades.
Resources and manpower, I presume.
Bingo. I've gotta say, you're easier to talk to than I thought.
But I don't know the details, but doesn't Eden despise the Ark?
Indeed they do. That's where I come in. I can be a goodwill ambassador, a mediator between Eden and the Ark. You don't look too convinced. You want to know how Eden was able to exist on the surface all this time? The answers are all in there.
You mean...
A full breakdown of the data used for our large-scale optical camouflage technology. I hope you will be able to put it to good use.
Optical camouflage?
If you've got this, reclaiming the surface is no longer a pipe dream.
Right.
Well, do you trust me now? To be honest, I think I've gone above and beyond here. We haven't had trade relations for ages, yet I've schlepped over here, taken down a heretic, and given you our optical camouflage technology. If you don't trust me after all that, then I think I'll just have to turn around and head back.
Wait. I'll talk to the leaders. I'll try and sway them.
That's good news.
So, what will you be doing until then? I'll help in any way I can, within reason, of course.
I'd love to explore the Ark a little more.
Okay, I'll ask the ACPU. Some areas will be off-limits, but you'll be able to explore most of the Ark.
Much appreciated.
Oh, I wanted to ask you something. Why did you contact the Ark out of the blue? Eden had been radio silent for so long. Why change that?
They decided the timing was right. Let's just say it was triggered by an encounter with a harmless human being. He made me realize what I wanted.
I see. Well then, keep in touch.
Will do.
Polly!
Yes, Deputy Chief? No problems on this end.
I would like you to continue to be Dorothy's guide. Is that okay?
Sure, we'd be honored to.
Thank you. Also, keep a close eye on Dorothy and report back to me.
You got it. Hey, Dorothy.
Looks like we're in charge of showing you around. This is gonna be fun.
I think so as well. I'm looking forward to it.
Is there anything in particular you want to see?
I want to see somewhere where there's a lot of people.
Well, everyone is still waiting inside the shelters. The doors will only open once all the raptures have been eliminated and it's been declared safe.
That should be in about 2 days.
In that case, I've heard of a place called MMR. Can I go there?
Oh geez, sorry, but that's a top secret area. I'm afraid you can't go there.
Not quite. The deepest recesses are off limits, but the other areas are open to the general public for field trips and the like.
Oh, is that right? I had no idea.
Miranda, you took someone there only a few days ago.
Oh, right! I remember now.
Anyway, do you still want to go?
Sure. So this is where Cecil stayed. It's blander than I thought it would be.
Sorry?
Nothing. What do people see here when they come on field trips?
Oh, just an overview of the Ark's technology through the ages. Sometimes they'll let you test out some new experimental technology. They typically run tests every day of the week, but I'm not sure if, with the raptor situation... Oh, there we go. If we use the screen here, you can get a good look.
What is that door?
That's the door leading deeper inside the building. That's where all of the Ark's core technology is stored, so access is restricted to only a select few. I'm not entirely sure what it looks like on the other side since I've never been there myself.
I see.
Would you like to check out the second floor? They've got a vending machine up there and the hot dogs are...
Whoa. Polly? I feel really sleepy.
Well, it's no wonder. You haven't rested all day. What's going on?
Polly... sorry, but I'm going to sleep for a bit.
Why would it... in the Ark?
Are you two okay?
Get away from here.
They're not dead, just unconscious. The alpha particle concentration is through the roof. How can that be? We're not even on the surface. Particle concentration is high enough that it's affecting my motor skills. Something strange is going on here.
Well, well, what do we have here? You're the one from Eden, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Nihilister. You recovered faster than I thought you would.
How did you know about that? Wait a moment. You're the one who snuck up on me, weren't you?
That's right. You've got so many exposed vital areas, it was like shooting fish in a barrel.
You're quite a crack shot. So good, in fact, that you were able to hit the exact spot I wanted you to. Dead nuts.
You allowed yourself to get shot?
Of course. How else was I supposed to play dead and have it be convincing? I knew these morons would take me to the Ark straight away to try and start dissecting me. No flames are hot enough for these puny insects. But I must admit, the never-ending stupidity of humans never ceases to amuse me. They always end up getting too greedy and tripping over themselves. You didn't have to drag me all the way here, though. You know what it feels like to have your head dragged across the ground for miles? It's no picnic.
You're going through an awful lot of trouble.
Oh, believe me, for what I'm planning, it's all gonna be worth it.
I won't bother asking. You're going to fail anyway.
Is that what you think?
Wait. Where did your weapons go?
You only noticed that just now. You're dumber than I thought. I had to feed them, so they'd grow big and strong.
Excuse me. Proceed to MMR immediately. There's a large amount of alpha particles emitting from deep inside MMR. It's impossible to conduct any scans, so the current situation is unclear. The Ark is rallying its forces and dispatching them to MMR. Please hurry and meet with them. There is. That's why I contacted you directly.
Tell us.
The alpha particle concentration there is some of the highest we've ever seen. We only saw numbers like this a few times before. One of those instances was during an engagement with a heretic Indivilia. During this skirmish, Indivilia was seriously injured due to a joint attack from Matisse and Absolute. As it fled, it began reversing the damage it sustained. At that time, ultra-high concentrations of alpha particles were observed. It jams all communication devices in the immediate vicinity and shuts down most of a nikke's functions. It operates essentially as a smokescreen to buy itself time to retreat. Material H, which is also being kept secure in the Atlas cage, is a fragment of the heretic Indivilia. Nihilister's intention all along was to get access to MMR's core. She faked her own death in order to gain access to that place. It can be presumed that her ultimate goal is to make off with Material H and use it to resurrect Indivilia. If that happens, we will have two heretics inside the Ark. Precisely. The worst-case scenario? The Ark will be damaged beyond repair. Dorothy's last known location was MMR. If it comes down to it, unite with a Pilgrim Dorothy to defeat the heretics. I will be focusing on clearing up the alpha particles near you and your squad. Even then, the concentration will remain high, but there should be no major effects on any of your primary functions. Please hurry.
Is anyone else not okay with this? We don't even have pow-pows. What are we gonna do if there really are two heretics waiting for us in there? Huh? We've beaten a heretic before. We can do it again. I guess you're right.
Roger. Visual confirmation on Material H.
Alpha particle concentration confirmed as well. It's a little high, but shouldn't pose a problem with our battle functions. Nihilister didn't waste any time redecorating the place. it hasn't become a heretic just yet, so we're only dealing with one, just like before. I guess things could be worse.
She is fighting Dorothy near MMR.
Let's send this heretic home crying for her mama. Yeah.
It's time, Commander. Encounter! All clear. Material H is no longer active.
Whew, at least we've taken care of the urgent part. Next up, Hey, you guys. Don't you think it's a bit odd? What? Didn't Enoch say all the Ark's forces were coming here? How come no one's here?
Commander, contact Enoch.
What's going on? What the? The entire building is collapsing!
It's a setup.
They fashioned a room! It's an illusion? So that thing we just took out...
Was an illusion, meant to distract us. We're too late.
Nihilister, are you there?
It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm full.
Small wonder, considering how many nikkes you gorged on. Those poor saps kept coming like a conveyor belt. They might as well have been begging, please, eat me!
Are there any more?
Of course. The Ark is full of nikkes. Let's see. How about we start with these ones?
Sure.
Huh? Annie!
Ah. This body has been reconstructed. So there should be no more absorption function. I can't believe I'm using a sword instead of a tentacle. What a fool.
Well, forget it. I can take my time to get familiar with it.
Commander! Look at that heretic's tail. It's in the shape of a sword. That's what got Anise and Neon. It's incredibly fast, so be careful. It's okay. They're not dead yet. If we're not too late, they can live.
Yes? We have nothing on record. The Matisse and Absolute Squad are en route to your location, but it will be 20 minutes before they arrive. Even with their assistance, your victory is far from assured. She is setting up a sniper's nest, 1 kilometer away.
see you, human. Meeting you in the Ark brings back memories. How are things? Have you been well? So sorry to disappoint you.
Great. Now there's 3 of them. You there. Rappy, was it? Cover me. I'll buy us some time.
No, you cover me.
What?
Enoch,
Yes?
mark the closest ejection elevators going up from the Ark to the surface. Dorothy and I will drive the heretics and Chatterbox over there. Once we get them trapped in one of the elevators, send it up and blow up the shaft leading up to the surface.
There's no way that plan will work.
You're wrong. It is possible. Commander, you have to find me. Inputting liberation code. Operating level increasing to limit of sub-generator. Secret body. Activate!
Recognition complete. Codename Red Hood. Fully active. 10 minutes remaining. After that, control must be transferred to another host.
More than enough time.
What is that?
Time to finish this.
What the holy mother of... What is this?
What the hell is going on?
What are you?
Thanks for the gift. You're not welcome here. Dorothy!
Coming. Am I falling behind?
Enoch, now!
Opening surface elevator. Ejecting. Elevator ejection complete. Surface reached. Route has been destroyed and cordoned off. The 2 heretics and Chatterbox have been ejected from the Ark.
Is that all there is to report?
Yes, that's all, sir.
Very well. How are you two feeling?
We're fine. Just a bit of lingering dizziness. I'm A-okay.
I'm glad. Both of you did well. Now get some rest.
All right, we'll be on our way. See you later!
Bye. Huh. As soon as Nihilista entered the Ark, Dorothy showed up. Dorothy defeated Nihilista, who got transferred to MMR. Soon after, Dorothy heads to the MMR, whereupon Nihilista, Indivilia, and Chatterbox are all revived. It's too much of a coincidence. Enoch,
Yes?
what is the probability that Nihilista is working with Dorothy?
After a thorough assessment, I have determined there is a high probability. There is also a significant possibility that they both intend on overthrowing the Ark. Nothing has shown up to prove this conclusively, however.
Okay. Thank you.
Might I offer a suggestion?
What is it?
We must prepare, in the event the heretics show up again.
I understand your rationale, but the Ark is in complete disarray right now. I'm not sure if we have the capabilities necessary to...
I have a plan. In light of the current situation, I have determined that we lack the necessary physical strength. The Ark's autonomous weaponry failed to respond in any meaningful way. We require a greater physical force that can respond to this type of emergency.
Are you suggesting we increase the number of autonomous weapons?
No. I'm suggesting that we increase the production of nikkes.
But nikkes are being produced as we speak. Ah,
I am suggesting that we produce new nikkes of my own design. I will also operate them myself. There is sufficient data for their production. The same goes for their operation. With your approval, I can complete production within the week.
how many units do you have in mind?
2.
Is that all?
That is all the force that will be required for the Ark's defensive purposes.
Ah. Very well. You have my approval. A lot of people died today. But we lost a lot of nikkes too. The greater our defensive forces, the better.
We are unable to trace the whereabouts of those who were ejected up to the surface. The fact that none of them has returned must mean something has happened. I assume you intend to go find Dorothy and Rappy. Good. We can use you tracking down the Pilgrim as a pretext. Any idea where you would start? Okay, I will let you handle it. It's just as you said. You'll need to bring Rappy back in more ways than one. I can't tell you much more than that, unfortunately. It's something that could send the entire Ark toppling down. That has nothing to do with me. This is classified information of the highest order. I am not in the position to divulge anything. But if while carrying out an assignment, a special operations unit chances upon the information, then that would mean the information has been leaked, and there is nothing I can do about that. Good. Oh, and one more thing. Anderson has apparently come to. He's likely to call you over to his room soon, so just a heads up.
I'm only just getting some movement back. You've got some nerve asking me to come here. My head is killing me.
Welcome.
Hey, you're the one who's going to judge me? Really? Using AI? You think I'm just gonna roll over and accept whatever ruling you toss out? I'm Suin, the CEO of Miscellus. You do know how important Miscellus is to the Ark, don't you? If something happens to me, then the Ark is done for.
You got that? Keep that in mind when you're making your judgment. My head is pounding, so let's get the show on the road.
I will make my judgment. First, you intentionally lured Raptures into the Ark for the benefit of Macilis. Second, you were unable to take care of your own squad and prevent the attacks on the Ark. Third, you personally attempted to destroy exotic squad members in order to cover your tracks. Fourth, you neglected your own Wardress squad and failed to prevent a shelter incident. Your actions have resulted in a terrible loss of human life and material resources. On the basis of these facts, a search has shown that there are no cases perfectly matching this incident. This case will be judged on its own merits. The judgment made is as follows.
Yeah, can we wrap this up? Just tell me how much the fine is so I can be on my way.
You will be turned into a nikke. As you have made great contributions to the Ark in the past, your brain will not be subjected to a memory wipe. However, your propensity for illicit actions and thoughts are likely to cause further issues, so we will calibrate it through Nymph. You will become a nikke and be stripped of your position as CEO of Macilis Industry. You will be placed under the commander of the Special Division Counters. That is all.
What?
What in the blue hell? What is this? How the hell did this even happen?
Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
We've achieved our primary goal. We've been revived.
But what about my pride? I scampered off with my tail between my legs!
I thought you gave up any notion of pride when you played dead and let yourself be dragged all that way.
You better shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
My apologies.
Chatterbox.
What?
Who on earth was that thing? What was up with her head turning red? She went berserk.
I'm not sure myself. It's my first time seeing that.
You don't know? So that's it.
Seems so.
Well, go and find out! Nothing gets through this half-breed's thick skull if you say it nicely.
I don't see why it's necessary to use slurs.
Well, I do. What are you gonna do to me? You should all be thanking me. I'm the one who provided all that tasty grub for you two. You're only here because of me. Without me, you'd both be in a scrap heap being dismantled for spare parts. So for the last time, go find out about that crimson son of a bitch!
I don't answer to you. The only orders I follow are those from the Queen.
What are you blabbering about? The Queen doesn't even know who you are.
I don't care. I've been saved by the Queen. I had lost my way and was on the verge of dying, but the Queen saved me. So, she's the only one who gets to order me around. Not you.
Whoa. Well done for you and your commendable sense of loyalty.
Nihilister. It appears these parts are slow to regenerate.
What? Alright. It could be because it's a main part. I hate to keep repeating myself, but don't forget, it's these parts that saved your lives.
I see. The armed part is gone. Chatterbox,
Yes.
aren't you hungry?
Actually, now that I think about it, I am a little hungry.
What are you two on about? Don't you dare! Stay back! I said, stay away from me!